What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting tutorial with your boy Hexter. Today we're going to be showing you how to build this Precious that's sitting right here behind me. I'm going to be showing you the step-by-step instructions on how to build this the correct way, the safe way, and guarantee that your product works just as it should. Now, without any further ado, I just want to point out that some of the things you're going to be needing is make sure you guys have, I'm going to be turning to you guys into one of those makeup people right here, but make sure you all have a Phillip head screwdriver, very important. The rest of the tools that you're going to need, right here in this little box right here that they provide for you, it is Secret Lab, and then everything will be inside for you guys. You're going to have all your goodies, all the things that you need are going to be right here in this box. Now, I do want to point out that if you are by yourself and you don't have anyone to help you build this, it is fine. You can build this by yourself. But if you do have someone that's just, you know, chilling by your house, doing absolutely nothing, do get them to come and help. There are parts where having a friend could be, you know, worthwhile. When you're taking the entire thing out of this box, this thing is not light whatsoever. It weighs a lot, and you know, trying to get those things out of the box can be quite difficult. I myself already did that ahead of time just to save you guys the trouble of everything that I went through. The very first step, of course, is unwrap everything out of your plastic. You know, make sure you get all your plastic out. But if you are building an Omega, you're gonna see this little tape right here that comes across the entire bottom of the chair. And I just want to point out that it tells you everything, guys. It gives you all the warnings, and it is very crucial that you follow these warnings. You can end up with a chair that does not function the way it should if you do not follow these warnings. Now, the warning that they display right here, it says do not remove this strap until the backrest has been securely installed. The reason they're saying that is because right beneath this is that little handle. I don't know if you guys can see, but right here is that little handle that you can pull to adjust this. This right here should not be moved. It should not be moved at all, guys, during the installation process. This should stay perfectly still, just as is. Then you install your backrest into this, and then everything will work smoothly. If you get into any situations with this, I follow the rules. I don't know what kind of things will happen to your chair. So I'm just letting you know, don't do it. All right, let's just get right into this, guys. Very first steps are fairly simple. I'm gonna walk you through, and I'll see you right here working with this chair. So after you have all your wheels right here, the way you're gonna put these on, this is the very first step. You wanna make sure that you have this guy and that he is upside down, just like you see right there. And then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna grab your wheels, and all you're gonna do is grab this point right here, and you're gonna go ahead and put this inside and just kind of stick it all the way in. And then that's pretty much it. And you do that pretty much to all 5 of them. And that is pretty much this step, guys. This is the easiest step for the chair. It's not that complicated. You can flip this around if you need to and just put in the other one. A little bit of pressure required, but not too much. You also remember that once you sit down on this, you'll really flatten them out. So you can actually just do this. Kind of just push in from all sides. Make sure that all the wheels are safely secure. And that's the first step, guys. Alright, guys, so the next step you're going to want to do is just go ahead and move this out of the way. And you're going to see your hydraulic piston and piston covers. You're going to go ahead and grab this guy out of the way. And this is going to be the next step that you're going to be doing. You're going to be installing this on your wheelbase. Alright guys, so the next step you're going to want to do is make sure you have this with the tiny part facing upwards. And you're going to go ahead and just stick that right in there and put this one over the top. Now this one should be able to kind of tighten itself up a little bit and then push that down just enough to get that little weight in. And that's the next step, guys. Pretty simple from there. Let's move forward. Alright guys, so your next step is going to be getting this big bad boy out. This is your pride and joy of the chair. Look at this really nice, beautiful logos, the really nice colors right here. Looks super good. You're going to want to get your little toolkits out. This is the one that holds your Phillip head screwdriver with your Allen wrench, and then the rest of your little screws that you're going to be using later on in the process. This is where you can use the Allen wrench or your own personal Phillip head screwdriver, whichever you prefer. In the meantime, I'm just going to use this one. And what we're going to do in this step is we're going to be working with these little screws that you see right here. We're actually going to have to be twisting these out, and we're going to remove them on both sides. So let's just go ahead and do that right now. And make sure you don't lose any of the washes that are in here, because we're going to need those when we put them back in. And they're out. So we're going to set those aside just so that we don't lose them. Keep them somewhere safe. Make sure, again, you're very careful with this hose as not to damage your material. Now, the next step you're going to want to do, for those of you over here watching, we're going to set this aside real quick, just so you guys can see as I bring this guy over here. Super heavy guy. This is why I recommend for you guys to use help if you have some. And this is where we're going to set up these holes that you guys have right here, and we're going to try to match those up to your edges that you have on the side. Alright guys, so this next step, this is the part where I'm telling you that if you have somebody that's around to help you out, tell them to come and lend you a hand. If not, it might be a bit of a struggle, but it can get done. The point of this next step is you have to align your two holes that you have on the side and align them to these two holes that you see right here. Now the one on the left side can move freely, as you guys can see here, but this one cannot move at all. This one needs to stay put just as it is right there. Make sure that one doesn't move. It even gives you the warning sign that you cannot move that one. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to align this one over here. Alright guys, so after a very huge struggle, some oil, and rinsing it in the screw, we were able to get these guys on. It was a bit harder than I'd expect. It wasn't that hard with the throne, but for some reason the screw, when it was screwing in, it was getting stuck and it didn't want to go in anymore. So we just like put a little bit of oil on it and then put it in, and it went in smooth like butter. But I'm here finishing off screwing them in. And again guys, make sure that you do not move the one side on the right. That is very, very important guys. You could mess up the way your chair moves forward and back if you do that. And once these are on, make sure they're tightened pretty well. I'm going to just double check really quick on the other side. Make sure they're fairly tight. Alright guys, so for the next step we're going to be using these little side covers right here that we just got out. And we're going to be putting them right here on the side, as you see, fit accordingly. this little arrow pointing outwards into the edges, right? So the little hole right here needs to match up with this. We're going to be using these little Phillips head screwdrivers. Let's see if the camera can focus on them. Probably not. That's okay. I showed them to you earlier. We're going to go ahead and put this right here. I prefer to just stick the screw in and try to match it up just like so. And then this is where you can use your Phillips head screwdriver. And then just kind of tighten that in there. Make sure it fits. You might even hear a little like locking sound where they've been put in correctly. And then just tighten that in. Make sure they're not super tight, just tight enough to where you feel it a little firm. But other than that, should be good. And then you just do the same thing for the other side. So let's go ahead and move out to the other side, all right? Alright guys, now that we have that in place right here, the next thing we're going to do is we finally want to remove this little sticker off of your chair. So just go ahead and pull this off gently, you know. There you go. And we can go ahead and get rid of this little step, or this little part of the chair. The next step we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and flip the chair over facing downwards, just like so. Alright guys, so for this next step, this is we're getting close to the finish here. We're going to get these little 4 screws that we have in there. They're going to be the, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can bring it up to you guys. There you go. Those little guys right there. Those little cutesies. We're going to be using those to go ahead and put this guy right on here. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but you see this little green strap right here? Just so that you know, the lifted area right here that you guys can see, you see how it's like lifted? That goes towards the direction of the green. So if you guys can see from that angle a little bit better, this is the lifted part right here, heading towards the green. And then you're just going to use your your Allen wrench, and then just go ahead and screw them in. Alright guys, so the next step that you have right here is, as you see these little guys right here with this little hooks that you got here. These are going to be your little handles, so you can be able to like lift the chair up and down. You're going to just go ahead and slide those right in until you kind of feel the little, let's use both hands right there. There you go. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the next one. Alright, there we go. So now that we have those in there, the last step, guys, is just to bring in your wheelbase. This might be a little bit too zoomed in for you guys, but hopefully the wide angle shot sees this one. But all you're going to have to do is grab your wheelbase, put your wheelbase inside here, and just push in gently, right? Just a little bit. And as you're bringing your chair back up, make sure you hold your wheelbase, because you don't want that wheelbase to fall off. And then you're just going to bring that up and flip that right over. Woohoo! Just like that. And now you can finally grab your little handle that's right here, or for this camera over here, hopefully you can go ahead and grab that handle right there. This one right there. And you're going to just go ahead and grab that and bring your chair up. Bring this little guys forward. Push this little guy a little bit back. And congratulations, guys, you got yourself a Secret Lab Omega. Let's try this thing out. That is way too big for me, but wow, does it feel freaking awesome. What is going on, guys, and thank you all for watching this very detailed tutorial on how to build this Omega Secret Lab chair. Again, I will be doing a review of this Omega and my throne later on. Comparisons, difference in size, how it fits. I am 4'11", how it compares to size. I gotta say, this Omega right now as I'm sitting does feel really good for me, size-wise and everything, but I can already tell you the amount of space I have here in my back, definitely worth it that I got a throne instead of an Omega. This one right here is for my fiance, but everything is just the same, just as good. So I want to tell you right now, guys, if y'all are looking to buy a new gaming chair or just chair in general for any of your uses, this right here, the Secret Lab, that is the chair to get. I'm telling you right now. Anyways, if y'all hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, you'll see right when I put in the next tutorial, actually, not tutorial, you'll see just when I put the next video of where I do the comparison between the Omega and the throne. Please stay tuned, as it will be out very soon. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.